like a different world though.
Where was it?
Dorchester.
Yeah.
We got there quite early, so we walked in, and it was 92 quid for 3 single vodka and cokes and a single JD. 92 quid.
When it wasn't a free bar?
Well, it was from 6:30 till 12. It was a free bar, but we got there early. I booked Harry Potter World on the way home, drunk.
In Watford?
Yeah. So my missus woke me up at 9:30. I was like, oh, leave me alone. So we don't have to check out till 12. She went, no, we've got to be at Harry Potter World at 10:30. I went, nah. I said, we won't go. She went, no, you booked the tickets last night. Oh.
What, just you two with the kids?
Yeah, just me and her. The calendar is absolutely rammed. From this weekend coming, I've not got a weekend off for 21 weekends.
The missus is happy.
Aspinall residence.
Thanks for picking us up.
No, that's right, mate.
So Nath, we're in sunny Stockport,
Yep.
in the Aspinall residence. We spoke to you back in April, where you were still playing in the local league on a Tuesday night. Tell us a bit about your start of last year. Good start at Q School, qualifying for the UK Open. We spoke to you and you went on to win the Players' Championship in Barnsley. How was that?
Yeah, it was brilliant. You know, I started off well, got my card, like I said, and then I was just, you know, winning 1 or 2 rounds per Pro Tour event. I wasn't qualifying for European events, which was a big target of mine, but I was practicing hard, practicing well, and you know, and I knew the results would come eventually. And they came in September. You know, I won my first Players' Championship event in September, which was massive for me because, you know, the ranking money that I won from that event qualified me for the World, so it took a lot of pressure off me for the end of the year. And yeah, I knew I was playing some good stuff, won that event, and yeah, the end of the year was a success.
So how was that going from winning that tournament to gearing up to the World Championship, practicing the tournaments in between?
It gave me a lot of confidence after winning that. You know, I believed I was good enough then. You know, beat some great players, played some quality games throughout the day. You know, it was a odd final. It was me and Ryan Searle, but you know, we both played well throughout the day. He beat me the day before first round, so it was kind of payback, if you know what I mean. So, but yeah, no, it was a great day, and then you know, that gave me confidence going into the final 2 TV events of the year for me. I played in the Players' Championships in Minehead, won my first game against Martin Schindler it was, and then came up against Wade, who always seems to beat me on the Minehead stage. But I played well, you know, and I took confidence from it, and yeah, I was practicing well before the Worlds, and yeah, I was looking forward to it. So
going into the Worlds early December, how were you feeling going into it? What were the expectations?
I was full of confidence, you know. I was playing local stuff in Stockport and you know, the surrounding areas, if you like, and you know, I was winning a few of them. I played well in Minehead. I was playing well in the Pro Tours. The draw came out and I had GERT. He was a young lad, so I knew it was going to be a tough game for us both. You know, we both first time debutants. It was going to be hard, but I was so looking forward to it. I was so excited, and I went up there and won, and you know, it just kind of went from there really. Yeah, a few of my mates put a few bets on. I seen quite a lot on my social media that, you know, people had cashed out because they put 20-30 quid on me at the beginning of the tournament, and yeah, you know, I know a few of them made a few quid. I've had a few pints off them anyway.
Let's watch your walk on for the first game, yeah. And when you put it on afterwards, tell us the sort of feeling you had when you were first walking on.
Nathan Aspinall!
I've got about 30 of them blue hats in my daughter's bedroom. Yeah, I was, you know, when I was first walking down, you know, nerves were going, you know, adrenaline was, you know, pumping, and but no, it was a brilliant feeling. You know, my daughter was there, my partner Kirsty. You know, it was all the hard work I put in over the last 3 or 4 years. You know, I felt like I was kind of, it was all been worthwhile. You know what I mean? I was finally in the World Championships for the first time, and no, I absolutely loved it. When I walked on that stage, everyone singing the song, it was just a brilliant feeling. I was really confident I was going to win. We were both young lads, like I said before, and you know, I've played on big stages before, minor, European events, Grand Slam. This was completely new for him. It was new for me, but I've played on a big stage before. I thought if I played a steady game, I'd win, and you know, that's what I did.
Nathan, you acquired 32.
For a place in the second round.
Game shot and the match!
Job done!
Nathan
Aspinall! Well done, Danny, says Brooke. Aspinall goes through to play GERWYN Price.
Looking back then, I didn't realise he'd missed a couple of darts to go 2-1, but he missed them, and you know, I think I was left on 32 to win, and I just thought, you know, go up there, hit it first dart, don't mess around, hit the double, win, walk off, and yeah, and you've won your first game. Because to be fair, that was the first game I've ever won on TV. You know, I've played probably 10 times before that on TV. I've never won. That's why I wanted to wait first start, and then I finally won, you know, and move on.
So was that, did you always have in the back of your mind your next game, GERWYN Price, and what were you thinking ahead of that match?
Yeah, I knew before that game if I want to play GERWYN Price, and you know, I was looking forward to it because I wanted to play a big name, because it can work one or two ways. You know, you lose, well, no one expected me to win anyway. If I win, then a lot of people start talking about you, and other players would have seen that. And you know, I was looking forward to it. I knew it would have been an adrenaline-fueled game, shall we say. And yeah, I walked off after winning my first game, and you know, straight away I was thinking about the next game and really looking forward to it.
So we obviously knew about the shenanigans between him and Anderson before. Was that a factor in your mind, and did you have a game plan going into it?
It was, yeah. You know, everyone knows what GERWYN Price does on the stage. You know, his celebrations and stuff like that. I thought to myself, don't let it bother you. You know, I did have a different game plan in that game compared to any other game of darts I've ever played, and you know, it worked. I got a lot of help from the crowd. You know, the crowd were getting on his back. But before the game, I had a completely different game plan. Basically, give him some back. You know, if he wants to shout, I'll shout louder. And you know, luckily the crowd got on my side. It started affecting his darts, and I came through.
Nathan, you require 32.
Incredible! The pressure has got to Price. The World Championship of shocks has just produced arguably the biggest shock of all. The Grand Slam champion, he's out. GERWYN Price, he's beaten. He was 2 sets clear. He had a dart at the full to win 3-0. And then Nathan Aspinall produced the best darts of his life.
It was a different game. You know, I've never played in an atmosphere like it. It was so loud, and you know, every time GERWYN was throwing, even his walk on, you know, I was out first, he came out second, and the booing was like, wow, you know, something I've never heard. The crowd started chanting. I thrived off the crowd. You know, they was on my side from the start, and you know, I just went up there. I just thought, you know, enjoy it. You know, this is what you play darts for, to play in an atmosphere like this, and you know, just enjoy it and just relax and hopefully, you know, produce some good stuff. He went 2 sets up, but in my opinion, he shouldn't have been two sets up. I missed a few crucial doubles. I think both sets went 3-2. I knew I was playing well enough to get back into the game, so I went off at the break 2-0 down. But I thought, come back out, start off well, win the first set, you're back in the game, and you know, hopefully, you know, you up your game a bit. The crowd get on his back a bit more. He'll drop, and you know, you can still win the game.
94. Going to reward 94.
He went for double 18 tops.
54.
And now Nathan Aspinall for the match.
I was 2 legs up. He'd missed a couple of doubles. I was on 111 to win the game, and the noise in the place went through the roof. And I thought, take out, you know, it'd be a brilliant way to finish, and he hit a big 5.
To stun the Grand Slam champion.
Well, he can't do it now, and that's why he's laughing.
He came back, he missed another 3 darts at tops. You know, the crowd got on his back, and yeah, and I came back and I hit that double, and you know, the feeling was brilliant because it was such an adrenaline-fueled game, and there was so many emotions through them 5 sets, and it was nice to finally beat a big name on stage and progress in the tournament.
The World Championship of Shocks has just produced arguably the biggest shock of all.
I hit the winning double, and you know, I was so proud of myself there because I battled. You know, I was down, but I never gave up. You know, and I battled on. You know, kept looking over to my family. You know, even though I don't know them, you know, the crowd gave me so much support, and I wanted to win for them as well. And you know, it's just a brilliant feeling and a brilliant win in my career.
Carl Anderson in the next round. How were you playing and how did the game go?
Yeah, I played well. You know, every game I was getting better. You know, compared to the first game. You know, I felt a lot more relaxed in this game, and you know, it got on really well with Kyle. It was a proper game of darts. You know, after the game before, and you know, in this game, the timing was brilliant. You know, I hit quite a few 180s. Hit him at the right time. I took some good shots out at the right time, and you know, it was a really close game. But won. You know, I was happy to go over the line because he beat me a couple of weeks before in a qualifier, so it was nice to get a bit of revenge.
Nathan Aspinall, 2 darts for the place in the last 16.
Nathan Aspinall hits the double 8 to beat Carl Anderson 4
Yeah, you know,
sets to 1.
I thought after the Kyle game, it was either Devon or Benito. You know, Benito struggled this year, Devon struggled this year, so I knew whoever I played, I had a good chance. I still had to perform, and you know, I knew after beating Kyle, you know, I had a good chance then to make it to the quarters. After this, we came back, and you know, I spent a couple of days at home with the family. You know, after that game, it was only my manager who was there supporting me because my family had to come home. And you know, we drove through the night after that game, got back about 4 in the morning, and you know, Christo was there Christmas Eve. Spent a few days seeing my grandma, my mum, and my dad, and that. We always go to the pub before, and well, grandma does the dinner. So I had a couple of drinks in there, had my dinner, and then while they were playing charades and all them stupid Christmas games you play, I was upstairs practicing. I did about 2 or 3 hours, and then had a couple of drinks when I finished my practice. And then we went back up, and you know, and I got a lot of support in Stockport while I was back. Everyone, you know, G'ing me on to continue it, and yeah, I went back up the day after Boxing Day and started preparing then for the next game.
It's time to meet the players. Ladies and gentlemen, he is South Africa's #1, making his 6th World Championship appearance. Ladies and gentlemen, a World Cup representative, the African warrior, DEVON PETERSON!
2-0 down, you're 16-1 in play to win.
As a player, you know, I don't know what it is, but I always start off really slow. So on the floor tournaments, you know, I'm always 2 or 3 down. I don't know, you know, I could be quite good if I stopped giving people a start, but you know, I don't know why it is. You know, I am slow out the gates for some reason, which is something I'm working on. You know, the tournament, you know, I'd come through a lot of games, but you can't keep going down and coming back. So yeah, and again in this game, you know, I was two sets down, 2 legs down, I think, and yeah, I could keep battling on.
How many bounce outs were there in this game, do you remember?
Yeah, his bounce outs were unreal, and I think it was a bit of an omen really, because before we walked out, I had a bounce out, and Devon let me use the sharpener, and I never sharpen my points, actually put new points in, and I didn't know what I was doing with it, so he sharpened my darts for me. And then he kept getting bounce outs. So, you know, maybe in the future he won't sharpen my darts for me.
Yeah,
but yeah, there was a lot.
6 darts for the match for Aspinall from here. Needs the bullseye. What a way this would be to go out. He's not going for it. He knows he's going to be back anyway.
He was struggling a little bit, and I thought, you know, don't give him any confidence whatsoever. You know, just get this one and off you go. And I left myself 170. To win the match and hit the 2 treble 20s, and you know, there wasn't one part of me that was going to go for the bull because he wasn't on a kill. The crowd gave me a bit of stick for that, but you got to play the game. You got to be mature about it, yeah, because you know, a lot of players probably would have gone for the bull to finish in style, but if you miss that bull and then you start messing around, missing big numbers, you know, you're putting unnecessary pressure on yourself. Okay, the crowd want to see the big shots, but I'm up there to earn a living for me and my family, so that's more important to prepare perfectly.
You put yourself off.
Double 16. Wow! A fairy tale moment for Nathan Aspinall.
End of the day, you know, I came up and hit it first out after that, and I got through to the quarters.
To reach the quarter-finals of the World Championship. He's put Devon Peterson out in a tie-break 4-3.
Did you think of the money? No, because, you know, whatever, after winning the second game, you know, 15,000 for me was big, let alone what I ended up with. And, you know, I'd done a job, which was to win my first game and, you know, to hopefully win a second game, and everything else after that I just took as a bonus, and I didn't want to think about the prize money. It was the biggest game of my life, no doubt. Every game I played was my biggest game, and you know, the further I got, every game I was stepping up to that stage, playing my biggest game of my life, and you know, this was probably the most relaxed game I played. I think it was because I was so in control of the match, and you know, practicing beforehand. Before I walked out, I was practicing absolutely brilliant, and you know, I knew before I walked on that stage I was going to win the game.
Bullseye. Oh, Nathan Aspinall is playing the match of his life on the day of his darting life, and it's one-way traffic.
You know, I just got in the zone. In this game, I was in the zone. You know, dart players sometimes get in this zone, and whatever you do, you can't miss. And that's how I felt. You know, and at the end, I took a 96 out double. You know, I think that proved it, that I was just so in the zone, playing so well, relaxed, and you know, it was my best performance on stage.
Is this the moment?
Treble 20 for double 18. Good place in the semi-finals. He's got tops for the match.
What a way to win! What a way to go through to the World Championship semi-final! Nathan Aspinall's name goes up in lights at the Alexandra Palace.
You know, at this point I was guaranteed 100k. You know, massive for me. You know, the plan is to buy a house. You know, me and my manager have, you know, had a chat about what best to do with it. Treating myself to a car, which I can't wait to get, like a kid in a sweet shop. But no, I'm just gonna, you know, keep it. I'm just gonna pay myself a wage like I've been doing all year, and you know, hopefully just keep adding to that.
The former world youth champion, that is the bully boy, Michael Smith.
You know, Mike's a quality player. You know, I've known him, you know, a good few years now, and you know, we practice together, we play local comps together because, you know, we're local to each other. He's only half an hour away from me, but he's a quality player, do you know what I mean? He's one of the guys that I look to and think, you know, I want to be in the Premier League, you know, what do I need to do to get to your level?
It's worked out. It's not Smith's problem at all. He's just worried about winning the title.
58.
He's happy to. I'm always happier in a tournament if I get an easier match on paper than a hard one.
Brilliant. Oh, brilliant! He left a treble 19 for double 17. You don't see that very often.
And you know, he's gave me a few tips over the last few years, you know, about composing myself on stage and stuff like that. So he works hard, and I knew I was going to have to play at the top of my game to have any chance. And you know, I walked out there again, my biggest game of my life, and at the start I was awful. You know, the occasion got to me. But then I settled down and we had an absolute quality game, and I think apart from Mike, probably Van Gogh and Gary Anderson, I would have beat anyone quite comfortably the way I played. But he was just phenomenal. You know, his scoring, his finishing. I couldn't really do much more. and it was a great game. And you know, even though I lost, I was happy to be part of what was a great game.
So yeah, walking on semi-final, walking on to Mr. Brightside. Is that
Yes.
your choice of song?
It was, yeah. We changed it because I used to walk on to Just Can't Get Enough, and I thought, you know, even though it is a crowd pleaser, you know what I mean? I thought, you know, I'm 27, not in my 40s, so I thought I'd change it. We was going to actually walk on to The Greatest Show, but then the PDC nicked it for their advert, so I thought best not. So I thought when I'm in a club and I'm out drunk, Mr. Brightside comes on, I'm always up jumping around, so I thought, you know, everyone's going to be drunk, so I'll walk onto that.
And are you sticking with that? Or?
Yeah, it went down well, you know. Yeah, so I'm going to stick with it now. The atmosphere was electric again, you know. From the start, from the walk on, you know, it was a different type of walk on where they had like, it all went dark and had all these like strobe lights, which I didn't know. I thought they had a power cut when I stood there, because I didn't expect that. You know, just from walking on, the crowd was so loud through the whole game, and you know, we hit a lot of 180s in that game, both of us, and you know, I think when you're hitting 180s, that helps the atmosphere because jumping around, the signs up and that, and yeah, it was just a brilliant game to play in.
Again, the resilience, how did you stop yourself, compose yourself and just go again? What have you got going through your mind?
Because I was winning, you know, when I got through to the semi-finals, and you know, I know what Mike's got and I know what I've got, and I fancied my chances to win the game as long as I played at the top of my game, and every game I was getting better. And I started off so poor, and I walked off at the break 2-0 down. I don't think I even had a shot at double, and I walked off and I was like, right, you know, you need to do something now, but otherwise you're going to get embarrassed basically. Just go up and enjoy it, you know. Win. If you win, you win. If you lose, you lose. Just go and just relax and throw darts, which is what I did. And after that, the first two sets, I kind of got into the game. Then my 180 started flowing. I actually got a shot at double, and yeah, I just kind of relaxed and enjoyed it. And then the crowd started, you know, getting a bit louder because it was more of a closer game. And yeah, it was just brilliant.
Treble 10, treble 18. He's left the double.
Michael Khan 104.
Well, it's been a brilliant effort this from Aspinall. He's left double 8 after 12. And Michael Smith under pressure for the first time in the semi-final, and it showed just then. What a response from Aspinall.
Game shown in the first set. Nathan Aspinall.
5 minutes ago, John, you would not believe that would happen. It just goes to show how quickly things can change. That was brilliant from Aspinall.
Yeah, when I got back to 2-2, you know, I knew that next set was massive, and Mike knew it was massive because I win it. I've won 3 on the bounce and 3-2 up. First time he's been down in the game. If he wins it, he stopped the comeback, if you like, the mini comeback. And yeah, 2-2, 5th leg. You know, I've left 47 after 9. What more can you do? And he took a double 9 out. I think it was 93 he was on, and he took that double 9 out. And you know, when things like that happen, you know, especially if you get on well with your opponent, you know, you have to say fair play. It was a great shot, and I believe that won in the match because if he misses that, I'd take the 47. I'm 3-2 up. All the momentum's with me, but that wasn't the case. He took it out, and you know, fair play.
Yeah. So Rod Stud tweeted the 5th leg of the 5th set of the Smith Aspinall semi-final is one of the best ever Ali Pali has ever seen. Smith 140, As 140, Smith 134, As 134, Smith 134, As 180, Smith 93, out double 9, last dart in hand, As left 47, darts here, darts. I mean, it was...
No, it was a great leg. You know, and that kind of took the tone then for the rest of the game, and it was nip and tuck. You know, it was a good game, and he was just too good for me on the day.
You're averaging 113 at that point. Is that the highest average in ever?
Yeah, for me, yeah. In a match, that's the highest I've had.
And did you feel now, was that big blow, or did you think you could rise back again?
No, I still, you know, I never give up, you know, and okay, it was a bit of a blow, but we had a break after that set, and I walked off and I thought, you know, compose yourself again now. You come back before, but he just took it to another level. You know, I played, you know, arguably the best that I could play. Dart players get into these bubbles, and we were both in our little bubble that day, and you know, you don't hear anything. You know, people say to me about the crowd, you know, can you hear them? You can hear things when you're playing bad. When you're playing well, you don't hear anything. And we was just literally just smashing the board up, both of us, you know, the treble 20, bless it, you know. But it was, yeah, I was just in the zone, and you know, the adrenaline was pumping for both of us, and yeah.
Michael Smith, 17 180s, an individual record in a World Championship semi-final. Nathan Aspinall has come of age.
121.
Nathan Aspinall said it was life-changing. But it could yet be for Michael Smith. He needs tops for a magnificent 121. He can't believe it. You better believe it, Michael Smith. You played the match of your life, and you are in the World Championship final. 105 average, 17.
I wanted to win the whole thing. You know, there's no point playing if you didn't want to win the tournament. You don't play something to come third or fourth, you know. So I was disappointed, but I was also proud of how well I'd done. I couldn't lose in that game in my own mind because, okay, I wanted to win, but even if I lost, I thought I'd done so well to get to where we had in my first time. So yeah, I walked off disappointed, but also proud as well. I will hopefully one day be a world champion. I believe I've got the game to be a world champion, but you know, you can't get complacent. You know, okay, it's been brilliant this year, I've loved it, you know, I've exceeded my expectations, probably a lot of people's expectations, but you got to build on that now. You know, I don't want to, no one remembers runner-ups or semi-finalists. You know, I want to be a winner. You know, I play darts to be the best and be a winner. So, you know, yeah, hopefully one day I will be lifting that trophy.